Well, hello there, my friends, and welcome back to the Operational Art of War 4, where, of course, we are playing as the French in Indochina, known as Vietnam today. We're continuing to move forward with our ligne de lettres in these northern villages, basically just trying to cut off any of the enemy supply lines coming down from Dong Nang. That's really the goal here, because they're sending a bunch of reinforcements from the north, and they are absolutely overwhelming us here. Now, we just got an engineer battalion. I believe this could be a paratrooper regiment that landed. And I'm going to go ahead and actually double unit move. I should have moved the entire group there. I'm going to try to move this group up as well. And I'm going to try to move our ligne de lettres here as well. And there is an actual hidden unit of Viet Minh units. We don't know what is going to be here. And this is very similar to the war itself. It's impossible to predict. We don't know how many guerrillas are going to be waiting for us to fire at us. We are going to bombard big time in this area. And we also have to focus on the main area over here, the main attack of the enemy. If you look right here, you can see an HQ. Now, we have actually a tank division here, or an armored car division perhaps, of Colonial Marines and GM. I'm not sure what the GM stands for. These could be our South Vietnamese friends, as well as the Foreign Legion. And what I'm thinking is two things. We could either try to cut off this huge group of enemies here. Some of them are already hurt. You can actually see there on the right side, the yellow medic thing basically shows they're hurt, or we could go straight for the HQ. Thinking the HQ is a lot more valuable. But that means we actually have to attack this area. It looks like they retreated pretty quickly. So I'm bringing both of these units up. I'm going to keep my infantry legion here, and I am going to go ahead and plan an attack on this HQ division. So let's bring in as many people as we can. We're also knocking out a lot of engineer divisions, so I'm hoping that's going to help. I'm even going to bring in my Foreign Legion here. There we go. Success is good. That's excellent. Like I said before, we want to keep advancing here. Apparently this area has been taken by the enemy, so we're going to go ahead and plan an attack here. I'm not sure how this is going to work, because these guys are really our basic forces. They're not exactly the greatest fighters in the world. I also want to take these units, group move. We got a lot of armor here, and I am going to bring this armor in as well. We're pulling back a bit, as you guys can see on this western side, and we're going to charge this enemy infantry group. I'm hoping, look at all of those men that are involved in this fight. We are going to do everything we can, guys, to squash the Viet Minh right here. Obviously, if we were able to destroy a large group of their infantry, maybe we can make a difference. Although the French learned that generally that's not the case. Nonetheless, success is good, and we are really going to be overrunning these guys with massive attacks. Another interesting thing here is we've got our gunboat. Yes, our CFEO fan finally attacking. I've been wanting to get this gunboat into a battle for ages, and it finally happened. I do kind of want to attack that area, but I think for now, we should just remain, careful. We still have this frustrating Viet Minh infantry regiment that refuses to die, and I'm still chasing him, man. I don't want this guy getting close to our men or anything like that, causing us problems. So before we can even send these units to the front, we've got to eliminate this regiment. There's a lot of them, and we're even going to use some naval support off the coast. Success is still poor, so if I could bring in some more units, that'd be great. And it looks like we actually have a colonial paratrooper unit here. Let me move him in. I'm going to add him to the attack. These guys just landed, guys, from France. So, obviously, I'm sure they didn't come directly from France. There were probably some stopovers, but they're definitely going to be able to help us here. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to plan an attack again. Add another paratrooper. And the Haipeng garrison, so I'm going to leave them at, the Haiphong garrison, excuse me. I'm going to leave them at Haiphong. With our other units here, we do have some serious issues, and that is that there is a big group of Viet Minh units here. I'm going to have to try to take them out. We do have to do some counterattacks. As I've said before, in this campaign, you can't always be on the defensive. You've got to be able to show the Viet Minh that you can fight back to. Otherwise, they'll just start stacking, and crush you. Ultimately. I think we missed one unit there. Let's make sure we didn't miss him. No, we didn't miss him. He's fine. Likelihood of success is fair. If we could even bring in some more units, I would. Yeah, we can. They might not do a lot, but even one additional unit here, the ligne de lettres, the first tabor ligne de lettres, can make a big difference. And now let's head to the south of the country. So, of course, we probably have Laos, Cambodia over here to our west. Now, this is one really cool aspect, guys. If we take a look over here, we were trying to figure out what units these were a long time ago, if you guys were at the Slytherin stream, and these Binh Duen units are actually criminal gangs. They're criminal gangs defending the city of Saigon, which is, of course, the capital of South Vietnam, because basically if the communists take control, the black market, it essentially disappears. So they don't want that happening. So we're going to send some CFE of Saigon. I'm going to try to send some of these criminal gangs in, but they seem to be mostly a defensive deal. And I'm definitely going to start hitting the Viet Minh on these roads. I want to see if we can wipe them off the roads. Let's go ahead. We're sending everyone in. We're even going to send in some air support here. Doesn't look like the irregulars can really fight in this battle. The FACD. I'm not sure what they do. We should definitely find out. That'd be cool. The FACD. Bộ Đội. Not sure what this is about. That's weird. The Bộ Đội. This might be one of the criminal gangs working for the Viet Minh. In the meantime, though, we do have some tanks over here, and they're not in the best shape. So I'm sending them back to Saigon. The fact is, in some of these areas, we might need to pull back first, you know, get some more reinforcements, reload our trucks, get some more men in those trucks before we head back out. We can let them take Moc Qua and a few of these areas over here, if that means saving some French lives. However, I do want to continue attacking this guy, and we can plan an attack with our 2 armored divisions against that tiny, tiny group of infantry, the 300th Infantry Battalion of the Viet Minh. We could also start moving up the coast here, which is probably not a bad idea. Toi Hoa, that's where my dad was stationed. That's so cool. Toi Hoa, guys, right there. Yeah, so that's actually where my dad is stationed. Currently, Viet Minh units are there. In honor of my father, I should be attacking that area right now, but we need to bring up reinforcements. We can't just hit that with one group. We're going to have to bring in some people for sure. So we've actually got this ANV infantry division. I'm almost certain, it sounds so similar to the ARVN, I'm almost certain that that's going to be South Vietnamese troops. That being said, we're leaving this HQ behind at Dalat. Actually, my dad talked about Dalat. So I'm actually going to get out of Dalat and let the Viet Minh take it. Because I want to get these guys on the coast, and I want to get them fighting really soon. We either want to defend Saigon, or we want to defend the French landing zone up here. I forget the name of this city up here, but Hongdae, as well as Van Hoa, Cây Bao. There's a lot of different areas here where they would be landing, and of course Da Song. But in general, I think it's Haiphong. That's really the main area of French landing, let's say. So let's keep on moving up. Oh, we took a little bit of indirect fire there. Moving up with our rail trains. We do have some trains, but I'm sure they're going to cut the lines. And we've got some tanks here. Some regiment. Wow, 1st Regiment Cavalry Legion. Some more Foreign Legion troops. And obviously, if they could get up the skirt of the Viet Minh attacking the city there, they could do a lot of damage. I'm going to do the same with the Spahis. These are actually, I think, Moroccan troops, if I'm not mistaken. The 6 regular Spahis in a armored car, the Spahis Marines. And we're not actually leaving behind any real victory points, so I don't actually feel that guilty. We are, however, going to end the turn, guys. Let's hope that all of our attacks go brilliantly, but you never know. Here we go. That one I know is going to work. Not really surprised. Okay, nice. Look at that. We moved him out. Well, the only problem is the HQ didn't fully retreat, but it looks like, ooh, that was a guerrilla or garrison unit. But that black usually means some sort of criminal element to the unit. Like, for instance, the SS in this game are black. So are all of the criminal gangs in the Chechen War, and apparently the criminal gangs in this war as well are also in black. So that could have been an actual criminal unit. Now, this is the area I was most concerned about, smashing through a huge chunk of enemies. I mean, talk about the Viet Minh breaking the wire. Right there they did, but we managed to beat them back. So that's excellent. 57%. That's over here in the south. Let's see the attack. Yeah, utterly annihilated that Viet Minh unit. But what I'm really concerned about is the one to the north. I don't really care about that one. I want to know about the one to the north. This is the one, guys. man. So, out of 95 rifle squads, we took out almost half of them. Same with the SMG squads. And we also took out a few medium machine gun squads, as well as 5 mortar squads. That's really great, guys. And in that attack, we did, of course, lose some men. We actually lost an amphibious APC, a half-track. Beating this Viet Minh is not going to be easy. A number of things that we lost, actually, here, that were damaged or destroyed by the Viet Minh. So, listen, they're not going to be an easy enemy to beat. That's just not going to happen. As you can see, we can't move these units here because they've already moved this turn. And we're at 50% of our turn. If we could still carry out another attack, I probably would. But I'm not sure we're going to be able to. Let's see. Come on, boys. One more? One more for the road, huh? I know you can do it, man. Vive la France. Vive la Vietnam. On a la Indochina. Pardon. Alright, so we broke through there. Hey, that's awesome. We moved them a little farther from our HQ, but now we got this big chunk of enemies right there. They go to one place and then they jump to another. So we're absolutely going to plan another attack against that huge chunk. It's another huge chunk of Viet Minh. In fact, the first group we targeted may have run away to that area. Here, likelihood of success is poor. What if we add the French Legion? Nothing? Really? There we go. Now the likelihood of success is fair. That's better. If we could get even more people to join, I'll bring them. I'm going to bring the CFEO Hanoi. Nice. And you can see cooperation's not perfect because we are working with units that speak many different languages. So let's do it. I mean, I feel pretty comfortable about that. I feel like we could actually potentially even score a win there. And the turn... Wait. We still have our armored cars up here and the enemy HQ. How could I forget? Impossible to predict. And they've got that unit right there, and it's called the Guerrilla. So it's just known as a guerrilla unit. So the black units are just pure guerrilla units. I mean, I thought the Viet Minh was a guerrilla movement in itself, but I guess those guys are like the Green Berets of the Viet Minh. Apparently there's more troops here, and we could keep fighting towards Dinh La. Also think it wouldn't be such a bad idea to give our boys a break, and that's what we're going to do. Over here, though, I can't believe this unit's not dead yet. Let's do it again, man. Plan an attack. This time we've got paras with us. The paratroopers were some of the best fighters on the French side during the first Indochina War. Let's hope that that's enough. We brought in some bombers as well, and we will end the turn, not before we check the south, although our southern units are pretty much stuck for now. There's really not much they can do. Let's see. Try to beat them back into this marsh area, but no. As you can see, we can't get over there. And our tanks are probably going to take till next turn to actually get that red to go away. You can see their health is pretty bad. They have no fuel. Like 1% is their fuel count. So, yeah, they definitely need to rest for a bit. End the turn. Here we go, guys. Nice attack there by our men for sure. There we go. I think we destroyed them finally. Wow, that took forever. They were, of course, in the actual suburbs of Haifeng, so I'm sure some people had to see those VC soldiers, possibly some civilian casualties in that battle. There we go. That's our major assault. Some major counterattack. Yes, we got it, guys. We got it. No rounds left. That is awesome. One of these was 100%. We completely destroyed that group, which is just huge. It's absolutely huge. Let's hope that's 77-144. This is actually near the southern part of the country. And the enemy was, once again, completely destroyed. What about... Now, this is the northern area. The massive attack against that group. No, that's not it either. I want to see which one was the main attack. The one, yes, this is it. So there we go. Yeah, not a lot of damage, honestly, but not a lot of damage on our part either. We also could change our units to, you know, basically, instead of minimize losses, we could change it to ignore losses, and we would be probably getting a lot more casualties both ways. There we go. It's the Viet Minh's turn. Let's see what they do. Oh, boy. So they took Cheroyo, and they're smashing that South Vietnamese unit. Looks like they're still breaking through the south here. And they've taken Vinh Minh for sure. They're still moving back some of our forces. This is not going to be easy, my friends. The Viet Minh are angry. They want to beat us back no matter what. This was that huge group that we were working on before, or a few of the huge groups, and they're definitely beating us back. So perhaps in our next turn, we won't necessarily go for the attack. We'll go for digging in. You know, even though we killed a lot of them, our guys now, they're in trouble. Now, it's cool that those guys up there in the north actually managed to hold the Foreign Legion. I'm not surprised. I mean, the Foreign Legion, they're some of the toughest soldiers out there. So they did hold, but unfortunately, these guys didn't. And the Foreign Legion is out of supply range. You can see that red square. So a lot of our men are very low on supplies here. We need to change that. Look at that. They're even beating back armored cars. This is going to be a serious, serious problem, guys. We might need to focus all of our troops around Saigon if they take these areas. I mentioned before that this is the unwinnable war. It really, really is. It's very tough to win. But we're still going to keep on playing. And obviously, if you guys want to leave some tips down below, also make sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff so that I know that you guys want to keep seeing this series, because it takes a lot of work and there's a lot of face palming just because of the fact that it is so tough, man. And the enemy does a great job at breaking in here. They're attacking the Legion once again. Legion seemed to hold out just fine. That actually could have been an artillery attack, so don't get too excited. But the Legion definitely held out against a lot of their attacks there. We better get some paratroopers, guys. I hope France is sending us some replacements here, because even our tank units are being sent back by these human wave attacks done by the Viet Minh. That Ligne de l'Atre actually withstood that attack, which is incredible. You know, that's just one group of infantry. They held out against a bunch. So if we look here, friendly loss is referring actually to the enemy, whereas enemy loss is referring to us. And the good news here is that most of the attacks didn't go above 20%. So they did do a lot of damage. They also did a tremendous amount of bombardment here. So we need to start focusing on their artillery. But really, in terms of attacks, let's go to like one of the most damaging ones, like over here. We lost some men, yeah, but this was an area that was basically abandoned anyway. It's not the end of the world. I think the reason that our men are retreating so easily is because we have everybody on minimize losses. So as soon as our men start losing men, they pull back. We might need to stop that. Okay. So our overall force proficiency is 60%. That's terrible. Force proficiency is something that I went over in the actual trailer, tutorial for the game, which you can take a look at. But in terms of, 60%, man, that's bad. That's really bad. We are not a proficient force right now. Let's continue. Let's see if there are any news reports. No news reports. So I guess it wasn't worth mentioning that the enemy did break into southern Haifeng. Or at least its suburbs, but I think there's still a way that we can come out of this with a victory. What do you guys think? Thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care, and Vive!